what are you looking forward to the most at the Brumbies?
The thing I'm looking forward to the most is just the new guys coming through. I mean, historically, the Brumbies have been a franchise where blokes went down for an opportunity, and we've got a lot of young guys in the squad who are really pushing for selection and are really eager to get out there in the jersey. So I'm really excited to see the young blokes coming through.
Andrew Walker, have you signed him up?
He was pretty good on the weekend. Yeah, we're, don't joke about it. We actually had a bit of a think about that. I just don't know whether his body had held up to the training, but he was certainly good on the weekend for us.
Well, we'll leave it there. Thanks for being with us today. Good luck to the Brumbies. Thanks to Sam Carter and also Stephen Larkham. Thank you. Next up, as we rocket on through, the Melbourne Rebels, and joining us today, the coach Tony McGahan and also the captain Nick Sturzaker. Round of applause. Rebels won 7 matches last year, which tied their own club record. They recorded their biggest ever Super Rugby win with a 26-point victory over the Sunwolves in Tokyo. Coach Tony McGahan is entering his 4th year as Rebels coach, and in each of his previous 3 seasons, the Rebels have improved their win percentage. So it's on an upwards trend. Tony, you got off to a flyer last year and you led the Aussie Conference before slipping down the ladder in the second half of the season. So what lessons were learned?
Well, the big things for us, Greg, obviously squad depth, number one. We fell away with injuries, and I think just really managing your squad as best you can and getting through, the travel, etc. And, we probably need to do that a little bit better. And also really having a bit more fight in us to really close out those close games. They come back to haunt us at the back end of the season. And as I said, everyone wants to win the Australian Conference, and, we need to make sure we can fight a little bit harder.
You have the final trial tomorrow night against the Reds, so how many of the 10s team will play and what do you hope to get out of that?
Yeah, look, we'll use the whole 26 that we had up here for the weekend. We're looking forward to the Reds. Styles has done a great job there. The messaging and positive vibe with himself and Richard Barker there at the helm have been, as I said, really positive, and we're looking forward to playing them tomorrow night and hopefully get a good performance and come out with no injuries.
Well, Nick Sturzaker is the youngest of the Australian Super Rugby captains, and he has captained the Rebels on 9 occasions. What is the mood in the camp this year, Nick? Is there more self-belief after some of those wins and the narrow losses last year?
Yeah, there is more self-belief. I think just stability in the squad is probably key to that. Over the last couple of years, guys that have been there for a while, historically we had a lot of turnover, which we've been able to stem the last few years. And last year on the spring tour, having the most Wallabies we've had, guys coming through like Sefa and Reece Hodge and Lepetti. So, that definitely builds belief in the squad. And as Tony said, hopefully we get a good performance tomorrow night and then look to round 1.
Well, you start Super Rugby on Thursday week, so how do you feel about Thursday night footy?
Yeah, not too bad. No AFL crowds to compete with down in Melbourne, so hopefully that's a good thing. And it's an honour to be the opener, I guess, and hopefully start with a win.
Well, good luck in that one, and we look forward to the Rebels starting the tournament on Thursday week against the Blues. Please thank Nick Sturzaker and also Tony McGahan. And like all the other speakers today, they will be available to the news media right after the formalities. And that brings us to the Western Force, so would you please welcome Coach Dave Vessels and also the new signing Tatafu Polodinau. The Force have recruited well in the off-season. The experienced trio of Polodinau, Robbie Coleman and Ben Daly have around 300 Super Rugby caps between them. The Force produced 3 Wallaby debutants last season, Kyle Godwin, Dane Halepetti and also Adam Coleman, the equal most of the Australian Super Rugby sides as far as debutants go. Now, Dave, you coached the final 3 games last year, but this will be your first full season as head coach. So what have been your priorities so far?
Clarkie, I think since I was lucky enough to get the role, there's really 3 key things that we've wanted to do. The first was to really be fit and work on our conditioning and be very specific with that in terms of the game that we want to play. The second piece is just to get the staff right, and I think we've got a really good blend of experience and youth among the coaching staff and also the athletic performance and medical staff. And then the third thing is just to really focus on our core skills to be able to play the kind of attacking rugby that we want to play. So for the first time ever, we've got a specialist full-time skills coach, which I think is making a difference.
Things seem to be on the up off the field as well, so that must give the group more confidence as well.
Yeah, there's a great energy around the team. I mean, there's probably 2 things that have happened there. One is that we've partnered with the Road Safety Agency in what I think is the largest sponsorship in Australian rugby at the moment. But regardless of that, it's just a fantastic cause for us to be involved with as well. So we're very proud to be associated with that. And then the second thing that's happened over the last couple of months is that the fans have stood behind the team in our Own the Force campaign. We given the fans the opportunity to actually own part of the team, and the response to that has been has had I think a pretty profound effect on the players. Just to see how the community of West Australia sort of got around the team has really meant something to the players.
Well, Ben McKelman is the 2017 captain, but he didn't make the trip from Perth because of an injury. But it's great to have Tatafu with us. It's going to be strange seeing you in a different shade of blue. But 141 Super Rugby caps for the Tars to go with your 68 Test caps. Firstly, how have you been accepted by the group after many years of rivalry?
That's been great. Western Australia are really proud of their sporting accolades, and I must say they've been very comforting in terms of allowing me to fit in. But in saying that, I've got to prove my mettle in terms of trying to get my skills up after having my operation on my arm last year. But the community is such a pleasing sight to see, because we take our trainings offside as well, and it's just great to see them really enthusiastic about the season ahead.
You're the most experienced player at the Force, so are you looking forward to passing on your vast knowledge to a new group?
I've still got a long way to learn. I need to learn how to do basic skills properly, really. But in saying that, I think it's great to just be a part of such a great bunch of young guys that keep you on your toes, because every training session they're putting me through my skills to the very tiring point. But in saying that, it's really great to go against them, because at the end of the day, it's not solidified. So it's great to have that competition, and we're actually looking really well coming against the Waratahs in the first round.
And what's going to happen when you come up against the Waratahs? Not only the players, your former teammates, but the fans.
Fans can have their own opinions, but I'll be proud to say I'll be Western Australian blue rather than the sky blue.
All right, well, we look forward to that one. Please thank Dave Vessels and also Tatafu Palota now in new colours this year. Thanks, guys. And finally, please welcome Waratahs coach Daryl Gibson and also captain Michael Hooper. That's about the biggest cheer you'll ever get from Queensland. The Waratahs reached 150 Super Rugby wins last season, becoming just the third side behind the Crusaders and the Brumbies to reach that overall mark. They won all three of their clashes with South African opposition. This is the first time since 2005 that they had a clean sweep over them. Coach Daryl Gibson matched Michael Checker with 8 wins in his debut season at the Waratahs, the equal second most wins by a coach in their first season in charge of New South Wales. Check then won the comp in his second year in charge, so there's a challenge for you, Daryl. But what's going to be different this year for you and the team?
Well, obviously the composition of our team is a lot different. I think we've only now got 2 players over the age of 30, and a lot of our boys are in the age bracket of between 24 and 28. So it's a really nice, solid, stable team, and I think for the next few years we're going to be very stable.
Final trial on Thursday against the Highlanders. You start Super Rugby against the Force in Sydney, then a 2-match trip to South Africa. Is it better to get that out of the way early and maybe talk about the trial first of all? What are you expecting now that you've seen the guys in Mudgee and also at the 10s?
Well, I guess you learn a lot more in your final trial. You're putting out pretty much what you think is going to be your best team. And then obviously against really quality opposition in the Highlanders. So we're really looking forward to that. And then our draw this year is much better. I think we've got 7 really tough fixtures to start against some really quality teams. And getting to South Africa early will enable us to really bond while we're away, and also try and catch the South Africans cold, hopefully.
Well, Michael Hooper led the Tars in tackles, breakdown, turnovers won, and led all Waratahs forwards in runs, run meters and tackle busts last season. He played the most minutes of any Waratah in 2016, missing only 32 minutes over the whole season. Then there was the Wallaby season as well. So how's the off-season been for you? I think if anyone deserved a break, it was you.
Yeah, off-season went quick, as it always does. Such a great time to be in Sydney and back at home over summer and Christmas. But, you turn around, get into do a new year, 2017, and plenty of opportunity and some good stuff to look forward to.
While you're still the leader, the squad has changed quite a bit. So does that make your job any harder this year?
I think no years without its challenges, but no, I wouldn't necessarily agree. I think it's young guys haven't been corrupted a lot like Daryl and myself, been around. So they're so mouldable and so excited just to see what a year is about and see what, some leaders do within the team. And we've got some great leaders within the team and looking for them to all lead the way and show how it's done.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to the New South Wales Waratahs this year. And would you please thank Daryl Gibson and also Michael Hooper, who, as I said, will be available very, very shortly to the news media. Now, also, as I alluded to earlier, Fox Sports has some exciting news. There'll be a new show on Tuesday nights called Rugby on Fox, hosted by Nick McArdle, and he'll have a panel of experts alongside him each week. So that is every Tuesday night. And to give us a little bit of an insight into the new show and exactly what is happening on Fox Sports in 2017 when it comes to rugby, would you please welcome Nick McArdle and also Tim Horan and Stephen Hoyles from Fox Sports.
Thanks, Clarkey. We won't keep you all for very long because I know you want to talk to the players and the coaches. But just quickly, I guess after every Super Rugby season, like the teams, we sit down and work out what's worked, what hasn't. And one of the things that we came across last year was that we always say that we're trying to take you closer to the game. Easier said than done sometimes. So we've been on a bit of a roadshow around the country to all the Super Rugby teams to explain to CEOs and the coaches some initiatives, some innovations that we've got planned for this year. They are right on board with it, so I won't give too much away now, but when you see them on air in a couple of weeks' time, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and not only new for rugby, but new for football codes in Australia. So we're looking forward to that. And as Clarkey mentioned, the other thing that we're certainly looking forward to, starting February 21, a Tuesday night magazine show. We're changing it up this year, so for the first time we've got a magazine show on a Tuesday night. So after the wrap-up on Sunday and Monday, we get to chew it all over on a Tuesday night. Rugby on Fox, and these two are going to be part of that, along with Phil Kearns. So Tim Horan, obviously you've seen before on Fox, and Halsey dipped his toe in the water for the last couple of years, and he's come on full-time this year. So Stephen Hoyles, welcome to you. Looking forward to this, and a lot of people are saying, well, what's going to be different? Well, partly the fact that Halsey is on board. We've got a recently retired player, a close connection to the current playing group, and that's one of the things that we love about having Halsey with us. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, thanks, Nick. I'm looking forward to the season. I suppose for mine, it's the big thing I'd like to be able to show to the people out there watching Super Rugby and Test Rugby is to understand the characters and the personalities that are playing the game. Like these guys that we see here are the kids' heroes, and I think we can do a lot more to showcase that. So, we've got a lot of competition from different sports now. There's the rise of Big Bash and things like that, and I think we need to see just what type of personalities we have in our game, and to be able to bring kids to watch these guys to be their heroes. I've got a young family, and to be able to showcase Michael Hooper, James Slipper, these guys, just to let them see not necessarily what they're like on game day, because we say that all the time, but just what they're like behind the scenes and the different type of personalities we have in each side.
Exactly right, and I think that's something as an organisation that Fox Sports puts its hand up and said we have to be better at, and we will be doing that in 2017. Timmy, we're going to get a bit of old bull, young bull headbutting too here, I think. You and Kearnsey talking about, back in the day, back in my day, and Halsey saying, well, things might have changed a bit.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Rugby on Fox, 8:30 on a Tuesday night. Great to have Halsey on board, and as Halsey said, if we can get behind, and probably our role is to try and showcase what we currently have, but also trying to attract other people to watch the game of rugby union, whether that's club rugby, whether that's schoolboy rugby, and show a bit more of schoolboy rugby. Women's rugby as well is obviously in leaps and bounds. So, and also, as Halsey mentioned, if we can get out and spend a day, for example, with Quade Cooper on game day, what does he do for breakfast? Where does he walk his dog? What does he put in his kit bag? And show the youngsters and actually give the youngsters something. Why does Stephen Larkin wear tracksuit pants in 40-degree heat to cover his skinny legs? All those little things that people want to know and the youngsters want to know, we'll showcase 8:30 on a Tuesday night.
Desperate to know that, so looking forward to that, Timmy. We won't keep you. You want to have a chat to the players and the coaches, but that is something that we're looking forward to sharing with you every Tuesday night. Rugby on Fox, and a quick thank you to all the teams for being so cooperative in 2017. We're looking forward to a terrific year. Thanks very much.
Thank you, guys.